Some speeches end once they end, while some speeches continue even after the ending. The speech we witnessed today made us ponder on what our target speaker said. And that is an important objective of a speech. It is to give value and make us ponder over what the speaker said. And she achieved that. Kudos to you. And she was also a living highlighter. You know these pens we used to mark, annotate stuff in schools and colleges? She highlighted her own speech with her voice. She told us when to pay attention, which words are important, which parts are significant for the story. And the first time I listened to her voice, I wet myself. And her pronunciations were flawless. I hope my girlfriend has such voice. And I'll give you one piece of wisdom. Every person you see in this auditorium is a man-child. They never grow up. We like what we see more than what we hear. So when you come to the stage and do all these fancy hand gestures, they will remember you. If not for what you said, what you did. And I know for a fact that if she goes as a babysitter and tells stories to kids, they won't sleep. Instead, they will listen intently to her. Now these kids also have high expectations, they have high standards. So to meet their standards, here are some tips. You talked about one picture of the story, saying no. Well, I would expect you to say the other picture of the story. Like the devil's advocate. Say how saying yes is beneficial sometimes because it takes 12 seconds of courage to say yes. And most part of winning is done when you say yes and show up. And also catch some breath, please. When I heard you speak, I was out of breath. Take some pause. Just take and take some pauses. That's it. And I wasn't able to visualize what you guys say. A speech should have the ability for you to visualize what the speaker is saying and play it like a movie in your own head. So, another piece of advice, every person you see over here is dumb. They hate information. So a better way to convey information is by using metaphors, analogies and similes. For example, you talked about how your exams were very hard but you wouldn't really succumb to these practices, unethical practices. A better way to put that would maybe, the exam was very difficult that even Albert Einstein would fail it. It was so hard, my eyes started to drool. And the moment I saw the first question, I lost all hopes of living. But I won't succumb to these unethical, crass and immature practices. You see, that made it look more, sound more good. And it made all of us visualize what he was saying. So to put it all together, lingering effect was there, good vocal variety, great voice, good hand gestures. The tips you can improve on, catch a breath, take a pause, and talk about the other side of the story, and also use metaphors, analogies, and similes. Here's a toast to even more greater speeches in the future. Back to you, Contestmasters.